was 7 years old when I visited Zion for the first time. I remember going on a family hike to the Upper Emerald Pools Trail during the heart of monsoon season. Just as we reached our destination, dark clouds filled the sky and thunder echoed off the canyon walls. Curtains of rain began to fall as we frantically made our way back to the canyon floor. The sights, the sounds, and the smell that day left a lasting impression. 21 years later, in the fall of 2009, I returned to Zion with my large format camera. I've been back there every year since. This is my 8th consecutive year visiting Zion for fall color, and though I've built quite the portfolio over the years, I still feel like I'm only scratching the surface. Sometimes people ask why I keep returning to the same locations again and again. I say I should go somewhere else and see something new. I tell them that's the exact reason why I've returned year after year. To see something new, to get off the beaten path, and to take a photo that gives me that same feeling I had as a 7-year-old kid. Photos don't do this great national park any justice. That doesn't stop me from trying. My goal this year is much like last year. Rather than having specific shots already envisioned, I'm trying to keep an open mind. My plan is to cover a lot of ground, search for new subjects, and focus my attention on the smaller, more intimate landscape photos. My New Year's resolution was to shoot more black and white film, so I hope to not only expose those sheets of film, but process it myself when I return. I've been looking forward to this trip for several months, planning, practicing, and hoping for ideal conditions. Timing is key. To be honest, I'm a little worried I've missed peak color at some of the higher elevations. So I already set up my campsite, and now I am heading to the east side of the park. I was very productive there last year, and some really cool maples up in there. And I heard from Alan Brock a few days ago that some of them were already at or beyond peak. And so I'm hoping that there'll be some hidden gems up there in the mix. And the plan is to scout around, see if I can find some subjects. My film is loaded, so if I do find something I want to photograph, I can certainly do that. But probably more so kind of come up with some plans of what I'm going to do in the next few days, because I feel I'm going to be concentrating my efforts up there on the east side, and maybe see about shooting some maples. So I came over here to some of the washes on the east side, and I have not come very far. I parked my truck, hiked into the wash where I am right now, did a little video, a little kind of slider video shot, came around a corner and found a scene that I think is perfectly shootable right now. And so I think that's time for me to go and grab my camera and come back. Thankfully, I'm not very far from it. But if you look back over here, you see all these nice yellow leaves here, these sort of bluish pale rocks. I think there's a composition there, but I need to go get my camera so I can give it a shot. Thankfully, we have nice, boring, overcast gray skies right now, which means I have really nice soft light down here below. And I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I think it's time to get my camera and see if I can find a composition. All right, slight change of plans. I hiked back to my truck, started getting my camera out, got everything all kind of set for that, and actually ran into Alan Brock, which was pretty cool. Had a chance to talk to him for a little while because he's heading home tomorrow. And so we have this one little overlap, so it's good to run into him, sort of catch up and see what he's done so far on his trip. I got my camera packed, I got my lens packed, I got all the other stuff, tripod, everything all packed up, and headed back down into the wash. And when I got down there, it started getting a little darker in the sky, and then some raindrops started falling. And it's just not a place you want to be if there's any chance of rain, because you are in a gutter that drains a very, very large area. It was a light rain, it wasn't a heavy soaking rain, but you never know what's going to be over the next hill, what's going to be coming that you can't see. And also, when the raindrops are falling, it killed the scene temporarily, because what happened is that those light bluish colored rocks, they got kind of wet and they got earthen tone, and then everything was just kind of a warm tone. So it didn't have that nice look that it had when I stumbled upon it a little bit earlier. But that's just fine, because maybe that's a sign that I should spend a little more time scouting, seeing the condition of the fall color. I can come back to that shot tomorrow morning. It's gonna be sunny tomorrow morning, and might even get some reflected light on it, which would be good. But I'm gonna spend the rest of the day scouting around and see what else I can find and check out the condition of the fall color. decided to shoot a little time lapse over at one of the overlooks. Kind of a gloomy sunset, but it's kind of cool because the clouds are moving. Now heading back to the truck and go grab some dinner. If you love this content and want to help support my journey, you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube channel, telling a friend, or sending a voluntary contribution of just $24 a year with PayPal or Patreon. I depend on the generous support of people like you to produce this ad-free content. For more information on how to support me, please visit the donation section of my website. Thanks in advance for your support.